So again, good morning. This is our fourth day of this program, third day of the dance class. I hope you're doing well. Today I want to do two things. One is the words, right, as we've been doing them for the past few days. And another thing is to kind of like streamline the practice. Here we have Arya as well, to streamline um, the practice work. What do I mean by that? Uh, some of you send me your practice on some formats. Some take pictures. Some do it on Google Docs. I want to do it as the best for us to have it all kind of like in the same format. So what I want you to do in terms of practice. First, write on a piece of paper. As you already know, the Hebrew 360 and everything that I'm trying to put to name this program is to work on all of your communication channels, meaning speaking, listening, reading, and writing. On our practice so far, we've had 3 out of these 4 channels practice. The fourth one that we're not practicing that much as for now is um, the fourth channel is listening. So I'm gonna find a solution for that. I'm gonna try sending you some voice notes over WhatsApp, all right, and see if that works. Your listening on top of what we do here in class, where you hear me speak and the sentences. Okay, so first of all, whenever you approach the practice, first you go. Let me share the screen here. Let's do it all on Google Docs. It's easier. Okay, if you don't have a Google account, I think most of you do, but if you don't have a Google account, just open one. Just get yourself one for this class. It takes like a minute to open one. You go, you open a blank page, you name it, by the year, okay, 2020, just for you to have it more organized later on when you approach it in your folder or in your Google Drive or wherever. You have 2020, then the month, then the day, then you can call it practice or work or homework, whatever you want. Like the homework word is, I don't like the connotation. It has kind of like a negative connotation, something we tried to escape from when we were in school. So just call it practice. I think it would be better also for you to frame it in your mind. This is from last class, so let me erase it here, delete it, and have it fresh just to show you what I mean. You know what? Let's leave it. It's good for the example. Then you have the class sentences. First, you write the class sentences. Let's say today's class sentence was the tree is green. Okay, never mind. Let's just go with it. The tree is green. Then you write ha'etz yarok, and then you put the phonetics ha'etz yarok. Okay, here you copy it again. First, you do it on your piece of paper. I'm just showing you how to do it first on the piece of paper, just to work your handwriting. The tree is green, ha'etz yarok, ha'etz yarok. You can write it once, twice, 3 times, as many times as you wish. Then you go and continue again, still on the piece of paper. You write all your sentences, all the sentences that came up to your mind. And first, you write them in English. Okay, then there in the piece of paper, you first write them in English, and that's it. That's where you finish your work on the piece of paper, on the paper with your pen or pencil, and then you go and type it into this Google Docs file. I'll send you this format to have for you to have it easier. Then you type all the things everything you wrote in the paper, right? In the plain paper, you write here, with the addition of I will have this would be the first draft of yours, okay? The first draft. First you had it in English, then you wrote it in Hebrew, again in the piece of paper. And now when you copy it, I will be adding here my review, and then you will be adding your final corrected and reviewed sentence, not copy pasting, rewriting it all, based on my reviewed, based on your sentence that was reviewed by me. Okay, so again, really quick, we have in the piece of paper, in the plain paper, the plain sheet that you write on with your pen, just to have everything clear. You write the sentences, right, that we had in class. Then you write your own sentences first in English because you don't want to put too much strain on your brain trying to come up with a new sentence and in Hebrew at the same time. You first want try breaking it into two pieces. First in English, for example, I bought a new car. Then your first draft in Hebrew would be Kani mechonit chadash. It's a wrong sentence on purpose. Then once you're done with your first draft, you go ahead and type it into this file where I will be adding everything, by the way, you type into this file. Also the class sentences. Don't copy paste. Rewrite it with your hands because it's a very important skill to have nowadays, the typing skills, either on a physical or a virtual keyboard. Here I'll be adding my review, and then you're going to be adding your final result. Whenever you want to take a picture, of your handwriting, whenever you want to add, let's see who's entering the room here. All right. Hello, Jill. I think you can hear me. Hello. Whenever you want to take a picture of the document that you wrote on, the piece of paper that you wrote on, don't just take a picture with your camera. Do it with a scan app. I don't tell you what scanning app to use. Just look in your app store for a scanning app and download it. What it does, most of you know it, most of you are familiar with this kind of apps. It just, whenever you take a picture with this app, it frames the sheet into a scanned format, as if you would scan it on a regular scanning machine. And then you can upload that scanned picture to your cloud service, and from there send me the link for me to see. It's not crucial. It's not critical once I see already your practice typed, but just in case you want me to see your handwriting to correct something there, for the record. Third thing that we are that practices your speaking and reading is taking the paper, taking this file and reading from it again and again, the same sentences again and again, especially the sentence that we wrote in class, because these are correct sentences that we reviewed and they're good. After I correct your sentences, you can go to your final sentence and repeat it again and again as well. One of the repetitions or two of the repetitions of every sentence, record it and send it over WhatsApp. Very simple. So I can hear how you pronounce the words, how you pronounce the sentence in general, and correct you based on that. By the way, then this voice notes that you sent, you can upload to your cloud service as well, to the folder of Hebrew learning and recording the process. Okay. The video recording of yourself that we spoke about in the first class, try doing it once a week, once every 2 weeks. But voice notes do every day. First, it's much more practical than just setting your camera and everything. It weighs much less than a video file, and it's easier to work around and for me to check and everything. Okay. That was it. Very important. It took us a couple of minutes, but it was very important. Let's go to the words of the day. The first one, I got a feedback from one of the students asking me to pause a bit in between the words, just for you to get a chance to repeat them to yourself. You're all muted, so just repeat it to yourself. I'll take this advice, put it into practice. So that's why you're going to hear a bit of pause in between the words. The first word is likpots, which means to jump. Okay. The second word is main, which is rashi. The third one is you will, in parentheses, in case you're hearing the class and not seeing it live now, you will understand, tavin. Okay. And then we have answer, tshuva. 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 And then we have answer, tshuva And the last word for today is defense. Hagana. Which I now just thought about it. I think it's pronounced defense, not defense. Defense in English. I told you my English is not perfect, but we're trying our best. Now, I put these words into sentences. Let me know, by the way, what you think about this new format of sentences with little pictures and this little word here next to each one, so you don't get confused because all of the marked words are in red. So this, I think, is good for you. Let me know what you think. So, okay, the first one. Oh, by the way, when you practice, this is also a very important thing. When you practice and come up with new sentences of your own, try framing it into a scenario. If you just write regular sentences without giving it a second thought, it's going to be hard for it to stick. When you give it a whole context, when you imagine the scenario, the situation in which the sentence that you come up with occurs in, the chances again of you attaching to the sentence are higher, and for the words in the sentence to stick are higher as well. Okay, so a football player updates his teammate who arrived late to practice. התשובה של המאמן הראשי הייתה שהגנה זה דבר חשוב, which means the lead trainer's answers, or the lead coaches, the lead coach's answer was that defense is important. Okay, the lead coach's answer was the defense is important. Let me say the sentence in Hebrew one more time with a pause for you to repeat. התשובה של המאמן הראשי הייתה שהגנה זה דבר חשוב. Okay, now we have the second scenario. A firefighter shouting. Let's put a firefighter. A firefighter shouting to a man trapped in his apartment while they're waiting outside his window. תבין, אתה חייב לקפוץ. Okay? תבין, אתה חייב לקפוץ, which means you should too, literally, understand. You must jump, or you have to jump. Let's correct it here better. You have to jump. Okay, and then we have the to jump as the word that we said before. One more time, kabai saying. Kabai is a firefighter. Tavin, אתה חייב לקפוץ. Excellent. Now, let me know also if two things, according to what we see here. Would you like the phonetics to be under every word, meaning the tavin will go here, ata will go here, or it's fine just to have it written from left to right? Tell me your opinion about that. And second, do you think would you rather having the sentence with nikud? You're at advanced level, so I'm sure all of you know what nikud is. The little dots around the letter to give it the vowel sound. Do you think it would be better to have nikud? I think already at the advanced level, you should be able to operate without nikud, or should aspire to be able to read without nikud. But let me know if it will help you. And that's it. Now I get a text here, a chat here. Let's see. From Arya, left to right is fine. All right. Okay. So that was it. Anyone has any question so far? I see more people are writing in chat. I would really like to have the words with conjugations. Current presentation is fine. Nick, can you explain a bit better what do you mean words with conjugations? If you can do it. All right, I guess she's going to be writing it. Because the word already conjugated as we speak, right? Because you see, this is a conjugated word. For example, tavin is already conjugated. The word, the verb, the infinitive is lehavin, to understand. Lehavin, to understand. Tavin is already conjugated with the person speaking. Let's see, Jeff, like, Oh, yeah, of course. If we're gonna do the conjugation of every word, every verb here, it's gonna take us a bit long, but you're more than welcome to take every verb. You know what? That's that's a good point that Anix is saying here. Take it as an optional practice work. By the way, everything is optional here and not mandatory. But hey, I always wanted to see the let because I want to learn the whole verb form. All right, the whole verb form. Think of it as you have the three, the seven. I'm sorry, the seven people, the seven persons who can say. Here's Isabel. Okay, you have all the seven persons that can say this word, meaning I, we, you in plural, he, she, and they. And you have like the different tenses, past, present, future, and imperative. So it gives you around like 30 verb forms that we can go over. It's going to take too long, but if you want for your own practice, I'm talking to all of you, especially since you're in the advanced level, try it. Every verb that you see in our sentences, mark it aside, put it aside, and say this is a verb. The different forms of this verb are, and then just feel free to give me examples. I'm going to correct you and I'm going to review it as well. All right, Anik. One example of all of those. All right, so as I said, it's gonna, yes, again, Anik, it's gonna take, let me just open your mic for you to be able, I'll be able to communicate with you. Guys, it's gonna take this class a couple of minutes more than planned, but it's a one-time thing. Yeah, Anik, I hear you. Anik?
Hi. Yeah. We just gave us hi. Can you hear me, Leo?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, it would just be super useful if you could give us the infinitive and one example in past, present, and future. And then I would know which binyan it was, and I could like kick it into my binyan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, sometimes I don't know what binyan the verb comes from. And then, yeah,
Okay.
I have to go to a dictionary, I guess.
Okay, so listen, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try adding the binyan, because again, too many examples are gonna complicate it. I'm gonna add the binyan to every verb. Since you're advanced class, you already know the binyanim and you know how to work with them a bit easier. I'm gonna give you the binyan for every word, every verb. All right, that was, I'm sorry. I'll put the binyan so you can work on the base of that. Excellent. So longest class so far. I hope you bear with me. I hope it's good. Those who are going to watch the recording, I hope it's not getting too long for you, but sometimes again, it's a one-time thing. Don't worry. We're going to try and make it short, but it's a good point. It's a good point. No, Anik, it's not your fault. Please, it's a good point. It's a good feedback. As I said the first time, I come to this pilot from a perspective that the client is always right. Like whatever you want, just bring it up. I'm going to try to adjust. And that's it for now. Let's not make it any longer. I'm going to wish you a Shabbat Shalom since we're already on Thursday. I remind you, it's Sunday till Thursday. So next class is going to be Sunday. You have a lot of time to practice. Send me freestyle things. I think Ari has done it as well. Andrew has done it as well. Send me freestyle on top of everything we're doing. Just random things that you write, random questions. I'm going to be glad to help. Okay, so all of you who are here live, Kai, Andrew, Anik, Aryeh, I'm going to wish you again, specifically Shabbat Shalom, and see you Sunday. Talk to you over WhatsApp during the day. Bye-bye for now.